Good morning. How are you today? I'm doing all right. Trying to figure out what we're going to talk about today. Decided that since I mentioned betrayal the other day, that I'll just go on with that. It's been a tough one for me though. So here we go. You ready? Got on your no-slip shoes or your socks? Yep. That's good. Let's do this. Warrior pose, stretch it out as far as you can be comfortable doing so. Do not go over what you're comfortable with. And I moved you, so I may be adjusting this camera just a little bit so I can figure this out. Okay, so here we go, warrior pose. You ready? Get into that pose, stretch this out, make sure it's nice and taut. Don't let your knee go over your toes, and stretch as far as you can. Pull that spine up, and we're doing yoga, warrior pose. All right, so we talked about fake friends, and then we talked about fake friends some more because y'all wanted to. I really don't have very many fake friends. And the reason for that is because I define friendship in 5 different categories, and I think we'll talk about that tomorrow because betrayal's enough today. Okay, so what is betrayal? Betrayal is when someone has hit that top category of mine, meaning not only would I die for them, but the expectation is I can trust them so much that they would die for me. So the thought of someone doing something that is hurtful to me, and I'm talking against the norms of what people would consider hurtful or not just something that, oh, I don't like the way you squeeze your toothpaste, oh no. So that happens, and what I do is feel betrayed. What do I do with that? First, I cry a lot. Because betrayal is not something that I want in my world or your world or really anybody else's world. Okay. And as you can see, I'm having a real hard time with this subject today. And so I'm a little put off by it, only because it's not one of those things that I like to deal with. So, betrayal. What do? First you cry. First you cry because this was a friend. This was someone that you trusted. This is someone that you would die for. Someone that you would have given a kidney to them, okay, if not more. You would raise their children if they died. You'd do anything for them because they're that much into you. Now, how have I come to terms with this? First of all, understand that, yes, I do know what betrayal is. You know, wish I didn't, but I do. Secondly, I've had a lot of time to think about it. And in the thinking about it, pull that spine up. In the thinking about it, through the tears, I have decided that the other person really had no idea what they were doing. They really didn't. Because the few cases in which I have allowed a reunion after betrayal, it came with a whole lot of yelling and screaming on my part because I had a whole lot to say that I didn't say at the time when it happened. Why? Because I had to mourn it first. Before I could get angry, I had to mourn it. So I mourned it, and then I got angry, Nobody likes to see an angry Shonique. Trust me, ever been on that end of it, or on the end of a Scorpio rampage, you know that nobody likes to see that. So, what do? If you can resolve it, it's going to mean a whole lot of yelling and screaming on your part, because you've got a whole lot to get out. A whole lot of anger over being betrayed on this thing. It's not something that's just going to go away. It's not something that isn't going to bother you tomorrow or tonight in your dreams. It hurt. It hurt. So, deal with it. Understand that it hurt. Then understand that this is about the other person. It's not about you. Never in your wildest imagination would you have done this to that other person. Never. It just wouldn't happen. So when it's done to you, you're thinking, oh my God, we were the same. Well, the fact is, no, we're not the same. We really are not the same. We want to believe we are. But every one of us is an individual representation of humanity. What that means is we're as individual as snowflakes. We're as individual as drops of rain. We are so unique in how we're put together. So, the other person wasn't put together the way you are. What you can do is understand that you don't know now whether or not you will ever be able to trust this other person again. And if they can't get through a whole lot of yelling and screaming on your end, ain't gonna happen. If they can't stand there and take what they did to you and apologize after that, not a chance. So what you have to do, even if you cry, lose weight, gain weight, however you have to deal with it, get drunk once or twice, but don't make that a habit either, okay? You're going to have to let them go. Going to have to let them go, and it's going to have to just become a memory. Because you're not going to fix it. If someone has betrayed you on that level, they don't even know what they did, because if they knew what they did, they wouldn't have done it. And if they can't listen to you telling them exactly what they did, you have no hope of it never happening again. So betrayal is a whole different subject than fake friends. Betrayal is where I normally will practice no contact. And we'll do that on another video too. Why I do no contact with certain people, and without naming them, and how that works in my daily life. In other words, I'm sure that other people think that I just went on my merry way. You know, I'm sailing off into the sunset. I just don't even think about them anymore. And oh, no such thing. So, betrayal. I love you. If I ever do anything that causes you pain, let me know right away. Because I may or may not know what's going to cause you pain. But I certainly wouldn't do it intentionally. I love you. Until tomorrow, bye-bye.